Welcome back to Tiny T Gaming. Today I'm going to be talking through what I think the future holds for the Red Corsairs warband and how they'll fare. Firstly though, I'd once again like to thank everyone who supported the channel by subscribing. The channel's grown so much and it really means a lot. If you haven't subscribed already, then please do. I upload as regularly as possible about the lore of Warhammer 40k and what I think the future holds for it, as well as what I'd like to see in the 40k gaming space. So, getting into it. The Red Corsairs are a renegade Space Marine warband led by Huron Blackheart, formed around the core of the former Astral chapter, then known as Luft Huron. They made up an integral part of the Maelstrom Warders. The chapter was stalwart, loyal and driven, with close ties to their brother chapters in the Warders, namely the Mantis Warriors, Lamenters and Charnel Guard. Luft Huron wanted to completely pacify the Maelstrom, so he requested further aid, which was then denied. So he began building up his reserves and utilising the Geneseed tithe meant for the Adeptus Mechanicus. The Imperium grew wary of an Astartes chapter withholding multiple tithes, and so investigations began, with rumours and hints suggesting that the Astral clause grew to 3,500 Astartes, which, as everyone remembers, massively out of what the Codex Astartes dictates. Things escalated before all-out war broke out, with Astartes chapters picking sides. Eventually, the Astral clause would be routed from Bada Primaris, with Luft Huron fleeing with his surviving warriors into the Maelstrom and bargaining with the very powers he had once sought to destroy. Since then, he has grown his forces by striking out at the Imperium, building up reserves of Geneseed, wargear and slaves. As well as all of this, he has accepted renegade and traitor Astartes from all corners of the galaxy, recruiting hugely into his cause. Rumours estimate that his warband numbers in the tens of thousands, supported by a piratical fleet and slaves. Though he is a twisted shell of his former self due to being struck with a melter gun when he fled Imperial justice, Huron Blackheart is now a Chaos champion with a worrying reputation. In the 100 years or so since he has fled into the Maelstrom, he has grown his warband massively from just a few hundred renegade Astartes. In the current lore, we have seen the Red Corsairs aid in the capture of Guilliman and the Macragge's Honour before losing both. We know as well the warband are struggling with rapid Geneseed mutation, as is common with Chaos Space Marines. So they steal Geneseed from Loyalist chapters, and are even carrying out experiments to make a new strain of chimeric Geneseed. We do not know if they are capable of utilising this chimeric Geneseed yet, but I believe they will soon be able to, fielding far more fresh Astartes recruited and implanted from within their own ranks, so we'll be able to take a portion of real space themselves. I believe we'll see a minor kingdom appear within Imperium Nihilus, as Blackheart seeks to stake his own claim to even a small portion of the broken half of the Imperium. Now, obviously, the Red Corsairs are Chaos Space Marines. Some of their warbands do help further the Black Crusades, but largely they further their own ends. I think the Red Corsairs will soon become one of the largest unified Chaos forces in real space shortly. Due to their experimentation with Geneseed, the fact they recruit massively from renegades, and that they have a large pirate fleet, it would be really interesting to have them grow further, possibly even causing a crusade to be raised against them. Having Guilliman or the Lion, as well as this, they have numbers with multiple chapters, wage a large war or crusade against this legion-sized warband would make for very interesting lore. One, because it would require multiple Astartes chapters, and we would see potentially a gathering of the Fallen and the Unforgiven Astartes of the Dark Angels, or it would be a really good chance for another Loyalist Primarch to come back and lead this unified force of their sons. It would be really good to have more seen from them in an all-out war. Now, I don't mean just raids, piracy or executions of dying Astartes chapters, but I'm talking thousands of Space Marines clashing across real space. I would love to see this, as we have had snippets of their lore in a few books here and there, but a series from their perspective in this new age would be great. The fact that they are pirates from different chapters and legions means that the authors of Black Library can effectively do what they want with them. They have no set culture. Instead, they import from the remains of the Astral claws and the later recruits they've had from the traitor legions and other loyalist and traitor chapters. I think if we had a book series starting with one of these chimeric Astartes, a fresh recruit for the Red Corsairs, and then as the series goes on, he gains more experience, goes up through the ranks, and really starts to become an integral part of the warband and the formations that Huron Blackheart has, combating the Imperium. I think it would be a really good perspective to have, just like we had the Night Lords trilogy from Black Library. I think it'd be great to have a Red Corsairs trilogy or series. In my opinion, the Red Corsairs are a credible threat, and it's time we saw more of them. But please let me know what you think in the comments below, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I feel the 40k setting has so much more to offer, and it would be great to see these factions fleshed out further, so that we have much more to read about and game with as the setting progresses. I do think as well that Huron Blackheart is a really good villain, and he is smarter and more tactical and driven and charismatic than some of the other Chaos champions we see. And because of that, that leans into the whole point of him being a very credible threat and a good reason for why he has been so successful. But please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.